Hello, everyone. On this Friday, 8th November 2024, I am Madam Anireju Erewa. Whatever time you are right now, I greet and welcome you to my channel, Anireju News. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Mete wa Biafra de no. Mete na wa Biafra de no. Asina he hiji begi. Mete wa Biafra de no. Akane hiora dule o. Mete wa Biafra de no. Mete re mondigala.
British committed a premeditated grievous sins, not one sin, but sins against Biafra with the Frederick, Lugard, and Flora show conned, faked, fraudulent, experimented, expired Muslim Nigeria. Yes. It was all about British Muslim related affairs. Yes, Nigeria, that's what Nigeria was all about. It's all about British Muslim related affairs. Meant for the benefit of Britain in the UK and the Contraption Fulanis, Emats in the north, the Bida Nupe Fulani in Niger State, north of Nigeria inclusive, the Islamic Yoruba in the west, and the Islamic Kukuruku Edo North of the Benin South. Yes. Christianity in the British contraption was but a decorative piece. Christianity religion did not change the fact that from the very onset, from the very beginning, from the very onset, the Nigeria was a Muslim sanctuary cultism entity organization that requires political jobbers from the East, whose prerogative it is to hold public political office in the Muslim Nigeria, are required to secretly pledge their loyalties to be puppets of the Fulani, of the Usman Danfodio, and the Bida Nupe Fulani. Like all of the former ex-political jobbers, Okorocha, they are all in someday US now. The alcoholic drunkard waiting be named. Wike, all of them have done. They pledged their soul away. Ohaneze, all of them. Yes. And recently, Alex Ikwechegh of Aba recently did disown and rejected his Christianity. Yes, for the Muslim. He rejected his Christianity to become Muslim. Yes. Alex Ikwechegh of Aba cowardly disowned and rejected his Biafra identity to serve their Fulani masters. Yes. This is what they do. This is what they do. Yes. As well as Akpabio just did on social media. And of course, Ifeanyi Okowa did on Vanguard newspaper in 2015. Mad people everywhere, like our leader would say. Yes, mad people everywhere. I have a video of the pathetically laughable Alex Ikwechegh, who secretly sneaked out of the Christianity to become a Muslim puppet. What a shame. Let's watch the video and see for yourself.
In this video, we shall be exposing interesting bits of information on this man, Mr. Alex Ikwechegh. Information that he never wants the media to know about. Information that he never wants news publications to release or expose about him. The very first bit of information that Mr. Alex Ikwechegh has been hiding from Nigerians for a very, very long time is this particular info. Showing right now on your screen is a news publication that clearly states the fact that Mr. Alex Ikwechegh converted from Christianity down to Islam. This was done quietly without raising eyebrows from the general public. If you read closely, it states, Honorable Alex Ikwechegh, Aba Federal Constituency representative, converts to Islam and adopts the name Abdulaziz. This information was released on the 26th of May 2024 this year. Interestingly, an individual who was present at the whole conversion process made a tweet on X where he states, Alhamdulillah, another beautiful soul won for Islam, Honorable Alex Mascot Ikwechegh, an Igbo philanthropist, businessman and a member of the Aba North and South Federal Constituency, has accepted Islam. He chose Abdulaziz as his Muslim name. Well, showing right now on your screen is a picture taken from that faithful day. As you can see, we have Alex Mascot Ikwechegh in the presence of some cleric, and if you look closely, you find the individual who made that Twitter post standing very close to him. So this is a clear confirmation that this man actually converted from Christianity down to Islam, and he did that very, very quietly.
You have seen the video of Alex Ikwechegh abandonment of Christianity in secret exchange for him to become a laughable political prostitute jobber of Muslim Fulani puppets. Yes, that's Alex. You saw the video. Okay. What caused all this? Yes, Frederick Lugard faked out the contraption with his concubine, British woman, Flora, sure. But who caused this whole situation where political jobbers from the East, whose interest it is to serve in the contraption, who caused it? Let's find out. This whole mess, Nigerian Muslim mess, was brought about by Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, who himself is a Bidanope Fulani, who was born on 17th August 1941 in Minna, capital of Niger State, who recently turned 83 years old. He is now on a wheelchair bound. Yes, he was a military dictator, but he's now on a wheelchair bound. Okay. He caused it. And how did Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida caused all this Nigeria Muslim mess? Ibrahim Babangida, a Bida Nupe Fulani military dictator, secretly sold out the British cornered Nigeria to be a full-fledged organization member of Islamic Corporation, OIC, in 1986 as a collective voice of Islamic world, with a whooping sum of about over 21 billion US dollars from Biafra resources. Yes. Yeah, he sold Nigeria out. Okay. With over 21 billion US dollars in 1986. Babangida, you are still alive. Did you do this or you did not? You are still alive. You are on a wheelchair bound. You can talk. You did your 83rd birthday in August this year. This money that Babangida used to sell out Nigeria to be Muslim mess didn't come from the northern groundnut pyramid oil or the Western Yoruba cocoa, or the Kukuruku Edo North yam farm, yam farm plantation. It didn't come from there. It came from Biafra resource. That's where it came from. Okay. So you all can understand why they are fighting tooth and nail, don't want Biafra to come. You can understand why. It is the resources. It is the resources. Yes, it's do or die for them. But whatever it is, the game has changed. Yes, the game has changed. Yes, sir. It was the Bianca Fulani that Islamized Kukuruku Edo North in 1860 that also labeled coastal Biafra, Niger Delta, that Awushi Kukuruku Edo North of Benin South capitulated on it to fraudulently embed and mislabeled coastal Biafra to be perceived as if it is part of Benin South, and misrepresented coastal Biafra as former Midwest, former Bendel, Delta now, Midwest, that Bianca Fulani gave to coastal in 1860, South. All these are misrepresentation or that Islamic Kukuruku gave to coastal Biafra. And to further confuse people, they came up with southeast, southwest, but not south-north. And people should ask, how is it that they couldn't come up with south-north, but they came up with southwest, south-to-south, southeast? And they didn't even come up with west-west and north-north. Well, of course, east is not a part of what they are doing in the contraption. Yes. So this is in deception, collaboration with the Islamic cowardice Yoruba to manipulate and bias the coastal Biafra people from knowing what is happening around the Biafra territory in a devious, premeditated, cold, calculated, evil quest to dissuade the coastal Biafra people from believing that coastal is Biafra. This is a game they've been playing. A game they've been playing. But it's all over now. Okay, we'll continue. Yes. This is for their self-centered, greedy quest to take ownership, control of coastal Biafra resources. Yes. So strangers can do as it pleases them with coastal Biafra resources. Yeah. But it's over now. Which, of course, the Yoruba, Oma Ole Buruku, narcotic pusher, Bola Adekunle Ahmed Tinubu, who was born in Lagos on 29 March 1952, already did the moment the Yoruba term presidency of the Muslim Nigeria was given to him. The Yoruba Omaole narcotic pusher took over the coastal Warri underground pipeline and labeled it Tinubu oil beyond the coastal territorial, beyond the Biafra territorial. So this, you can begin to see the picture why they don't want Biafra to come. It is all about Biafra resources. It is all about Biafra resources. Yes. What did the Omaole, what did the Yoruba Omaole did recently? He recently appointed Bianca to be his foreign minister. Yes. For those who didn't know who is Bianca, she is the surviving wife of Odumegu Ojukwu. She was also the first lady of the first independent Biafra Republic nation that her husband of blessed memory, Odumegu Ojukwu, declared on 30th May 1967 and was the first president, and Philip Effiong, a coastal Biafra, also of blessed memory now, was the vice president. Okay. Of course, the Yoruba Omaole Buruku narcotic pusher appointed Bianca Ojukwu to be foreign minister is of ulterior motive. There is a hidden agenda in it, as we shall see. Because he already ordered Bianca Ojukwu to write the European Union International Organization that coastal is not Biafra territory. Oh, now they see the picture. One Nigerianist, now will be one Nigerianist who know they carry one Nigeria on her head when it be coastal, when be Biafra. Are you hearing this? Tinubu Omaole appointed Bianca to be his foreign minister and immediately requested her to write European Union to say that coastal is not Biafra territory. So you all can now see this Midwest, Bendel, Delta, Niger Delta, south to south. You see now that it is all about embedding coastal, embedding Biafra as into Benin South. Okay. Yes. So he ordered her. Yes. An indication that the narcotic pusher appointment of Bianca Ojukwu was a political trap targeted at coastal Biafra to shield his theft of the coastal Biafra Warri pipeline as if it is his belonging. On the one hand, and to maintain the Kukuruku Edo North of Benin South wrong perception, misrepresentation, labeling of the coastal Biafra territorial. Yes, yes. And Bianca, as first lady of the first independent Biafra Republic nation, that her husband declared on 30th May 1967, should know the key role coastal played in the creation, declaration of the Biafra independence. Yes, Bianca, you better know, in case if you did not know, because you were the first lady. And if you didn't know the key role that coastal played, then something is wrong with you. Yes, something is wrong with you. And if you write that letter, then something is seriously, terribly wrong with you. Yes. Bianca Ojukwu should be reminded, in case if she didn't know, or in case if she has forgotten, that a coastal Biafra Ijo Nembe King, His Royal Highness Mijiten, was the one who introduced the name Biafra in 1967, which King Mijiten sent as a message through a coastal Ijo teacher named Frank Obigo to deliver and officially presented in a motion at the meeting held in Enugu in 1967 that was presided over by Bianca husband Odumegu Ojukwu of blessed memory, that the nation should be named Biafra in line with the bite of Biafra. If you go and take a look at the map of Nigeria, at the very map of Nigeria, the first one, not all this one when they don't mago cut everything. Take a look, you will see the bite of Biafra there. Yes. So the motion was presented in Enugu in 1967. The motion was unanimously adopted and ratified. Yes. Our leader, Ohamadike I, Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in his broadcast and also his question and answer session before he was extraordinarily renditioned to the DSS dungeon. In the broadcast, our leader did say that an Ijaw king proposed the name Biafra for the nation, and it was adopted and ratified. The name Biafra wasn't Igbo that proposed it. No, it wasn't. It was a coastal Biafra Izo. So I hope that narcotic Omaoli, I hope he knows this. So before he's giving the instruction when he gives to Bianca, he better know that. Okay. Yes, yeah. There is also another faceless lunatic who goes by the name Don Cristo, that nobody knows him, who is insinuating that coastal should be viewed as not a Biafra territorial. So you all can see that all this situation going on is the resources of Biafra. The resources of Biafra. They are worried that they are worried. They are urinating and sweating. Yes. They are worried. Yes. Yes. It appears that the realization of coastal Biafra people of its true Biafra identity has sent a nervous wave of shivering panic shock or fear to the contraption Muslim Nigeria. Yeah, it has sent a fear, a shock of fear. Yes. They never thought in their wildest imagination that the moment like this, a moment like this will come, that coastal Biafra will one day wake up to know the truth, to join the Biafra freedom restoration with our Igbo Biafra brothers and sisters. This is not years past anymore. This is media time. Years past, we were deceived, lied to. They divide and conquer. They did all this to us to close our eyes and poison our heart, our mind against our Igbo brothers and sisters. They rebellized and Ibonized Biafra. Not anymore. Not anymore. Yes. The days of Arabian Nights and the 40 thieves stealing from Biafra and sucking Biafra dry are over. The days are over. Yes. Coastal Biafra eyes, it don't open. You see these eyes? Coastal Biafra eyes don't open. It don't open well. This is media time. This is media time. And Coastal Biafra, whose eyes are still not open with all of the information on social media, then now you sabi. Now you sabi. Now you sakan, like Benin people will say, walking man, Wesima, or in a kejo also when we call him here. Now you sabi, yes. 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 It is no longer secret that Kukuruku Edo North of Benin South and Islamic Muslim Yoruba are doing a quiet Islamization expansion, jihad conquest game with Biafra, especially the coastal Biafra territorial, since the 1880 AD. And it has been an impossible mission for them to accomplish. So you can see the spirit of Biafra is alive. In spite of what they have done to blindfold coastal, to make coastal, they use divide and conquer. They did all this to dissuade coastal. The spirit of Biafra has been there, you know. Yes, the spirit of Biafra has been there. Yes, has been there. And now our eyes don't open. Yes, so it has been an impossible dream for them to accomplish. They've not been able to succeed. They've not been able to succeed. Yes. The international extraordinary rendition criminal offense committed against our leader Ohamadike I Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to the Muslim Nigeria DSS was to halt the Biafra freedom restoration. Little did they know that it ignited the Biafra freedom struggle that has awakened coastal Biafra people up by the day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, it has. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is a prisoner of conscience who is being persecuted at the DSS custody by the Omaole. Yes, Omaole. Muslim Yoruba to play relevance of what they are not. Yes, to play relevance of what they are not. They've been using Biafra to play relevance. Yes. They have all been using Biafra to play relevance. It's not so. It's not going to be so. It's not going to be so anymore. Things don't change. Yeah, the drum beat has changed. Yeah. It's not. I have a video where our leader, legal counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, is a guest on one of the Contraption TV live program concerning the injustice, persecutions, the cowardice Yoruba controlled DSS is putting our leader through. Yes, it's putting our leader through. And Yoruba is a shame. Yes, sir. It's a shame. Waiting una they do, is very shameful. Yoruba is a shame. If nobody have told you so, I am now telling you, it's a shame. Go take a look at yourself in the mirror, Yoruba, and see how shameful you are. You are a shame. Yes. Let us watch the video.
Well, we have joining us in the studio lawyer to Nnamdi Kanu, Barrister Aloy Ejimako. He joins us now. Thank you so much, Barrister, for joining us. Help us make sense of this. We understand your client, Nnamdi Kanu, is accusing DSS, first, violation of court order, and then, of course, access to his lawyer, based on the fact that he might have access to medical care and all of that. The second thing is also to begin trial. But the argument the DSS is putting forward is that there is no case in this, and that because the former judge who was presiding over the matter, Binta Nyako, withdrew from the case. So that's the argument the DSS
Yes.
is putting for you. And they are saying there is no case in this particular development. What's your reaction to this?
Well, we disagree. It's the legal opinion is based on the wrong premise that the recusal of Justice Binta Nyako invalidated all the orders she issued in the case. We disagree with that. As a matter of fact, the private counsel to the Office of the Attorney General took prompt steps to file a process in court advancing this argument, seeking a nullification or maybe a blessing of the court to nullify all the orders issued by Justice Binta. In the case, just by virtue of the recusal, we filed a counter process, arguing in the opposite. And we disagree with this totally, because if you indeed, all these orders are null and void by virtue of the recusal, it is also the same Justice Binta Nyako who issued the order of remand that led to the detention of Nnamdi Kanu. So, as a matter of fact, our counter-argument can be used as a sword and shield. So if the court was going to grant their application to invalidate all these orders, it would naturally lead to the release of Nnamdi Kanu, because the same order, the same judge issued the order of detention. So that order should have been invalidated. So, but our position is that the DSA should not be allowed, or the federal government should not be allowed to cherry pick the orders to obey and the ones not to obey. So evidently, they want to comply with the order of detention by continuing to detain Nnamdi Kanu, but they now don't want to comply anymore with the order on the visitation regimen for counsels to Nnamdi Kanu. This is the crux of the matter.
All right. The counter, you filed a counter,
process.
Yes. Mm-hmm. How is the court reacting to that? How is the court responding? What is the process to listen to what you've already filed?
Well, because of the significant merit of the counter-argument we filed, on the next adjourned date for the hearing of the case at the Court of Appeal, their counsel rose in court and withdrew their application. That tells us that they no longer maintain that position. So now that DSS, subsequent to that, refused us access to Nnamdi Kanu, we started wondering if it's a case of left hand not knowing what right hand is doing. Because we did advance the information to the DSS and said, listen, the application or the legal position upon which you are placing restrictions on counsel to Nnamdi Kanu has changed or has been withdrawn by your counsel. But they continue. So that left us with no option than to pursue some kind of judicial action to get DSS to comply. So I proceeded to court to file what is called a Form 49. A Form 49 is a process by which you compel a defaulter, a contemnor, or somebody who is breaching a court order or not obeying or complying. You use that process to compare compliance. That's what happens, and that's how this whole thing came to this pass.
I know that the court also has gone as far as threatening the DSS Director General Adiola Ajayi. So what impact would that have on this case, and how does that make you feel?
Well, I do believe that it already has an impact, because I did get some feelers. I'm fully aware of the intervention of on Obi Agocha and the Honorable Speaker as well, Tajuddin Abbas. They intervened politically on this matter and tried to resolve it by way of compromise. So I had access to informal information that DSS has, retraced its steps. It's now willing to do the right thing, so that I should bring the process, a letter submitting names of the councils that will visit Nnamdi Kanu on Monday. So I have done that. So on Monday we are going to go there, and I'm hoping that the restrictions will be lifted. If they are lifted, fine. We go and interface with our client as the court ordered. If they are not lifted, then the process in court shall continue to its logical conclusion.
Okay, looking ahead now, what's your next step? Should DSS continue to, refuse access to his legal team? What's the next step? What are you going to do next if they continue this particular, practice of refusing Nnamdi Kanu access to his legal team or maybe medical care, for instance?
Well, what is on board now is the access to him. Yeah. He's entitled to have access to his counsel under Section 36 of the Nigerian Constitution.
That's right.
Nobody is supposed to miss with that. And then this one, too, was supported by a court order. You have someone in detention where he's not even supposed to be. He's not supposed to be detained at the DSS in the first place. DSS is a glorified holding cell. He's supposed to be detained in prison, where these restrictions normally do not institutionally occur. DSS is a security environment with restrictions built in place that they take for granted. But these restrictions don't go well for detainees. So we don't want to break their back or to compel them to change their system overnight just because of our client. But if you insist on detaining him at that place, that location, where he's not supposed to be detained, then you have to make certain adjustments. If you don't, you are going to get in trouble with the court that issued the order.
All right. Just before I let you go, Barrister, speak to us. There are narratives out there that the reason why we're still having the issue of insecurity in the Southeast is because Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. Confirm to me, is that true? Would the release of Nnamdi Kanu address the issue of insecurity in the Southeast, particularly we talk about the unknown gunmen and all of that?
He
Is there
said
any
it
link?
himself.
Okay.
He said it himself in open court. Recently when he addressed the press after the court session, he said it himself. He has that confidence. He possesses that confidence. And the aura, he has the aura, and he has the followership and the clout and the influence to change the tide of things in the Southeast.
But would that be misinterpreted as, being the foundation for insecurity? Because if he said it himself, that until he's released, before security or peace can return to Southeast, isn't that a kind of indictment or his own part?
No, it's not. It's not. You see, nature abhors a vacuum. There was insecurity in the Southeast before this time around, before his rendition. There was. Maybe you had kidnappings, robberies, what have you. But you see, the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his continued detention, have altogether fueled a new regime of some people who latched onto that to cause mayhem. So it has become a constant factor for good, bad, and ugly. He meant for good, but people latched on. Bad people are latching on to that. I have seen situations where some gunmen were arrested and they say, well, we are doing it for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He never sanctioned any such thing. He headed a non-violent, informed and headed a non-violent organization. And he remained committed to that until when he was rendition. So people can go out there, and try to do unlawful things based on that, either out of mischief or maybe they believe in what they are doing. But when you remove the constant factor, which is his continued detention, tell me whether anybody will have further excuse to commit any mayhem or to engage in any act of insecurity. No, it wouldn't be. It doesn't mean that Nnamdi Kanu's disciples are the ones responsible for the insecurity. That is far from the truth, because he himself has condemned it openly in court and made the distinction between a genuine agitator for referendum for Biafra and someone who is using it as a stepping stone or an excuse to commit criminality. He made that demarcation very clear.
All right. I think we just have to leave it there. Hopefully your prayers to the court will be granted. Thank you so much, Barrister Ojukwu, lawyer to Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You have seen the video and heard the live program discussions. The host is either a Yoruba or a Kukuruku Edo North, because they are the one that controls the media. Yes, so it's either one of that. Yeah. And as you know, this Kukuruku Edo North, they answer all these Muslim names and all, so it's hard to know. You can tell, at least with Yoruba, they say they answer Yoruba names, so you can easily know, say this na Yoruba. This Kukuruku on, na Muslim name that they answer, Fulani names and all. So you know, they let somebody know, say na Kukuruku. Moritala Mohammed, who could have known that Moritala Mohammed, that was one time president who was assassinated also by Fulani, Usman and Fulani, assassinated him. That we all were like, oh my God, until now that we know. Who would have known, say, Moritala Mohammed is a donut from Awushi, but see his name. So that's the Nigeria. All deceit. It's all about deception and deceit and deceit. Okay. So you have seen the video and heard the discussion. Okay. DSS must obey court order and respect the rights of our leader. Ohamadike 1, Oyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to meet with his legal counsel for them to prepare his case, and for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to receive proper medical health care. Yes, to receive proper medical health care. This not be play. This not be play. This not be play. He committed no crime. He just happened to be a different kind of Igbo man, never before seen. Yes. And he's giving them worry. Because dentists say, Igbo, every Igbo, you flash money for their face, they are ready to betray. But he is a different kind of Igbo man. Okay. DSS is compelled to honor the list of family and friends names submitted to DSS by our leader legal counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, to visit with their client, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at the DSS. Yes. The cowardice Yoruba-controlled DSS must not act above the law. They must not act above the law. No. They are puppets to Fulani. That's their prerogative. But don't act above the law. You must obey court order. You must. Yes. Our leader does not belong in DSS. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience. He should not be cherry-picked for persecution. He must walk out scot-free. All hail Biafra. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Anireju News. If you would like to donate for charity humanitarian, you can do so on my Cash App. You can also visit Anireju News online shop to order for t-shirts, pens, mugs, and other souvenirs. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to bring the awareness of DSS injustice and refusal to obey court order to allow our legal counsel to visit with their clients to word notice. Thank you.
Mete wa Biafra de no. Mete wa Biafra de no. Asina he Ojukwu. Mete wa Biafra de no. Akane hiora.